All right, let's take a look at other markets now. Definitely, we've seen the rebound, fizzling out in other markets. We're tracking the U.S. and Asia after that meltdown on Monday. But if we take a look at the crypto market, we're also seeing that rebound also fizzling out there. It's red on the board at this time. Just a few pockets of green. So Ethereum Bitcoin 0.25% down, but Ethereum taking a bigger blow, down about 3.86%, but TON strongly in a green. Let's look at the sentiment in the market. Now we did touch fear this week, with fear. Looking at sentiment in the market, definitely when the fear greed index turns below a certain point, then you start to gauge the sentiment when investors showing that they're afraid at this point of putting more money in there. Let's look at the headlines. Now we see Crypto Harris, that's the Democrats there in the U.S. have launched a Crypto for Harris campaign. Definitely we've seen Donald Trump really big on crypto, and with the last comments he had, at the convention, he did talk a lot about Bitcoin and how he plans to make Bitcoin businesses stay, in the U.S. So we see Kamala Harris' team there talking about crypto for Harris. Now we see Brazil, they've approved the first Solana spot ETF. We've seen Ethereum spot ETF, Bitcoin spot ETF, but we've seen Brazil moving ahead there with a Solana spot ETF. Quite interesting how that's going to impact the price going forward. But let's bring in my guest now. We have Adedayo Adebajo, is a co-founder, ICP Hub Sahara. Great to have you on the show.
Great to be here once again, Ladi. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we're seeing Bitcoin and politics playing out right there in the U.S. We've seen Donald Trump's stance when it comes to Bitcoin, and he did say day one in office is going to fire Gary Gensler. That's the SEC chair right there in the U.S. And we saw the crypto community there happy about that. But now we're seeing the Harris team, the Kamala Harris team, actually talking about crypto for Harris. This way. So how are you seeing all of this play out?
Well, the more international audiences or probably even government-related attention that crypto gains over time has been seen to be in support. Because majority of people are always afraid that what if the government decides to bounce on crypto, which of course will reduce the price over time. So and then it's continuously getting more support, which is also proving to be an asset for electoral, conviction when the contestant the presidency and also decided to look into this as a way to win, the hearts of majority of the crypto traders, which the volume is increasing. The crypto industry can be said to be a continent on its own, with a lot of potential voters. So if you focus attention on that particular continent, of course, people will tend to love you the more.
Right. And with the attention we're seeing, it seems the community must be really big, seeing the way Trump is supporting crypto at this time. But it remains to be seen if they actually, when they get into office, they actually back crypto, as I've said. But let's look at other matters now. We see the meltdown from Monday. We did see, some rebounds with markets in Asia and the U.S. and Bitcoin actually responded. But when you look at that meltdown, it impacted Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market heavily. And we've heard some experts say Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation and all of that, but it doesn't seem to be hedging much.
Well, for every single investment, there is always a time for correction. Take a look at the stock market as well. The entire industry was affected. Even the great investor, what was his name again? This old man was said to be owed a lot of cash, recently, selling most of his Apple shares and all sorts. So the entire industry for investors is quite volatile. But still, notwithstanding, Bitcoin is said to be a safe haven for investors for some particular reasons. One, it is fully decentralized. It's entirely disconnected from the traditional banking industry control. And even more importantly, it has limited supply. So which means means the banks or the Feds or the CBN cannot decide to print more naira. The Feds cannot decide to print more USD and all sorts. Crypto, Bitcoin itself is limited to 21 million in total supply, and it can never increase beyond that. So regardless of how volatile the market is, and we're continuously, if we are getting more people into the community, more orders into the community, it is certain that the price will always go up. Well, notwithstanding, investors are advised to diversify their portfolio just to be on the safer side. But regardless, it's still considered as a safe haven. People might want to look into the other industries like gold, real estate, commodities, stocks, government bonds, and so on and so forth, just to diversify their portfolio. But notwithstanding, they have to have it at the back of their mind that even these diversified investments can tend to be, in a way, reduce or increase in value. Nobody would know where the candle will turn.
Talking about safe haven, looking at stable coins at this time, they're supposed to be pegged, to the dollar. So are the stable coins more of the safe havens, in the market?
Yes, absolutely. Because when you're considering safe havens, you tend to look into the forex market. Forex market like USD, pounds, and so on and so forth. And stable coin are pegged to each of these forex commodities like forex exchanges. So we have USDT pegged against the US dollar. We also have stable coins for majority of all these nations like China, Japanese yuan, and so on and so forth. So stable coins, the value will always remain the same regardless of the economy. $1 will always be equal to $1, even though it might vary as against other, stable coin assets. So, and this is one thing that makes Bitcoin and the entire industry it has created over time much more unique, because it provides ease of transfer of value, from your Bitcoin assets to other stable coins and even to other tokenized value. So if we are talking about foreign exchange, it has it tokenized. If you are talking about agricultural product, it has it tokenized. If you are talking about gold standard, we have also the tokenized aspects on the blockchain supported by Bitcoin and so on. So all these are now combined together into this entire blockchain Bitcoin industry. So you don't really have to worry yourself too much. If the market is volatile, you can easily use your Bitcoin to buy all of these stable assets. So which means you get to have all the options in one.
Right. I guess investors still looking for that safe haven, at this point. But thank you so much. Adedayo Adebayo is co-founder, ICP.Hub Sahara. Thank you.
Thank you very much.